Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gamer Crafting Podcast. I am sitting outside on my balcony again, so apologies if you can hear noise from the road or whatever that weird noise is down there. Or that pigeon in that tree over there that looks a little bit malicious. Anyway, hello everyone. As you can tell, I've been sort of spacing out the podcast a bit more. It's because I'm working on other projects. I'm trying to get book 3 of the series I've been working on completed so that I can now go back and do round 2 of edits on book 2. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But I've been taking some time away from the podcast to kind of think about what this is going to look like eventually. I've been watching other YouTubers and kind of seeing what their jam is. I don't know what my jam is, really. It's been 18 months, I still don't really know what I'm doing. Anyway, apologies for my wild mess of hair. I do need to shower later, don't worry. I will be doing that. Don't worry about my wife having to deal with me being gross. I did just get back a few minutes ago from our weekly post run. I say our, but it's usually me that goes on my weekly post run. It's only ever one of us that goes out at a time because we're still being very cautious, and I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, so today I wanted to show you some stuff that I've gotten recently. A bit of a haul video. I know that's not really usually super my thing. But June, as most of you will know, was LGBT Pride Month. And obviously there was not really any way to participate in Pride events in person because all of that would have gotten canceled. Not that we would have gone probably anyway because we're boring and old. Pride Month is always a bit of a weird one, I think, because it seems to bring out the homophobes. Like, they get louder and they get more aggressive and annoying during Pride Month. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because they feel like they have something they have to fight against, like they really got to make their voice heard. I don't know what it is, but it's real annoying. Super frustrating. And this year I got all kinds of weird emails from the Pride initiative that we had on the website. In the Pride themed section, I said that everything in there was going to donate 20% to, and it was going to be a split cost between the Albert Kennedy Trust, who help homeless LGBT youth, and Mind Out, which help, it's like a mental health charity for LGBT people. I decided to let that just run a couple of extra weeks, so I haven't done the final tally yet because I had a few people saying, oh, can you just wait until I get paid? I still really want it to go to charity, and I was like, that's fine. So I haven't done the final tally yet. Anyway, but because of that, we got some weird emails. In the first email, I had somebody saying basically that they were angry that it said that it was a Pride theme and that it was going to LGBT charities and that it wasn't NHS themed and being donated to the NHS. For those of you who aren't in the UK, the NHS is the National Health Service. It's the single payer health system. Okay. Back in whenever it was, March, April, it sort of ended up that the rainbow kind of got repurposed as like an NHS support thing. I don't really know where that started. I don't know why. But I did think that it was suspiciously close to Pride Month for all of that to be happening. And I sort of suspected that that kind of weird verbiage was going to come out. And lo and behold, it did. It did. So, I mean, whatever, I definitely think that we should be supporting key workers, but I also think we should be supporting key workers by actually giving them pay rises and PPE and not opening up bars and everything to make their jobs harder, but whatever. What do I know? I'm just an indie dyer with a podcast. That said, I also don't think that the NHS is a charity, nor should it be treated as such. We pay for it with our taxes, and it should be funded as such. And that's all I'll say about that. I'm very opinionated today. What else to do? So we got some weird messages about that. We got some weird messages from people about
ramming it down our throat.
I don't know why it's always the ramming and the throats, but I was like, me having a Pride-themed collection of yarn is hardly the most subversive thing we're going to be seeing in the world today. So don't really know why there was so much. I don't know. What do you even say to someone that thinks that yarn is subversive? I don't know. In my attempt to support other LGBT small businesses, I had a wander around on Etsy looking for queer-owned businesses, which wasn't like that easy. I seemed to find kind of a section, but I don't think it was like curated. I think it was just a random algorithm that was like searching through people's shop names and abouts. I don't really know. But I tried my best. I'm pretty sure that everyone that I purchased from identifies on somewhere on the LGBTQ plus spectrum. So I'm pretty sure that that's all on the up and up. And some of them were charity, but some of them weren't, which is fine. It's fine for queer people to benefit from Pride. That's okay. I know that we usually do charity stuff, but that's kind of our jam. Not everybody has to. If you're allowed to profit from it. People are way more likely, it seems lately, to come after marginalized communities for not doing like the utmost, but letting like the big corporations get like a big sliding pass. Last year I did a video on rainbow capitalism and explaining what it was, and I was using the example of Converse. And because last year they had kind of this weird wishy-washy language about whether or not they were going to be donating anything, and I think they fixed that for this year, kind of, but I'm not totally sure. The language was still a little bit, we're gonna make this as nebulous and vague as possible. There's kind of a donation, but we're not really specifying whether it comes from product purchases or whether we're just going to donate a set amount or whatever. Anyway, my point is that it's very strange to me that sometimes people who will go to large outlets like Target in the US or like Primark here in the UK and buy Pride-themed merch, which, like, whatever. I'm not gonna, yes, it's rainbow capitalism, but if you're a queer person who wants that kind of representation, like, you do you. Like, I've bought mass-produced stuff. Most of us have. I'm sure that the pride flag I have probably wasn't sewed by people in an amazing space with loads of paid holiday and, donuts on Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all bought mass-produced pride stuff probably at some point or another, so this isn't like me shading people who buy mass-produced stuff. This has gone on a weird tangent. This has gone on a weird diversion. I didn't mean for this to become another podcast, about me ranting about rainbow capitalism. My point is that I wanted to support small businesses, and that there seems to be a weird trend where people will go after small businesses run by marginalized people to say that they're not doing enough, rather than go after the giant corporations who have like loads of money, just like stacks of cash, so much money that they can donate loads of it to political candidates. That's all I'll say about that. I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I got. First, I'm going to show you, I have been working on creative things, just not knitting. Yikes. And that was another weird email I got. It was it wasn't Pride related, but it was somebody accusing me of being a fake knitter. I don't know why I seem to get all of these strange emails. Maybe it's just because I'm like a loudmouth and people get a kick out of it when I mention it on the podcast. I don't know. Yeah, a fake knitter. Despite the fact that I have actually knitted things and posted pictures of me knitting, I'm a fake knitter because I don't knit as much as some other people. Man, those pigeons over there, they're not happy. Angry pigeons. I don't know if you can hear the angry flapping, but there's a lot of it. Anyway, being a fake knitter, I assure you that I am a knitter. I just haven't really felt the mojo lately. I haven't really been feeling like into any of my projects. I got down to the bottom of my half moon tee. I need to do the ribbing now, which is why I've been putting it off. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love ribbing. I like the way it looks when it's done. I enjoy the function of what ribbing does, but I don't know, like, I just don't love ribbing. My plan is that I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to watch Hamilton, which is not something Sarah wants to watch with me. It's just not really her jam, and that's okay. I've not yet seen it. It is on Disney Plus. I've not seen it yet. But my plan is that I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to have like a solid, 2.5, 3 hours of knitting time. I'm not going to work on other things. I'm going to sit there and finish the damn ribbing. Anyway, so I'm not a fake knitter, but I will show you what I've been working on. There's a woman on Instagram. She's called Josie Lewis, at Josie Lewis Art, and I can't remember how I found Josie Lewis Art. I don't know if somebody suggested it or shared a post, or if I just popped up in my, you know, discover algorithm, who knows. It's possible that that last one is the case, because I'm a sucker for videos where people are like coloring things in, you know, painting videos, art videos, cake decorating videos. I can't decorate a cake for crap. I am not a good cake decorator. I even took a class once, and I don't know. And I know it's one of those things that you get better at with practice. I just don't have like the patience to practice with cake decorating. I just get really frustrated, but I really love watching other people beautifully decorate cakes. But if I ever make you a cake, you should just expect that it's going to be like the base. It's just going to have like frosting clumsily spread over the cake in a more or less uneven manner. Anyway, Josie Lewis Art, if you sign up to her newsletter, she does these templates that you can use for, well, she calls them watercolor templates. I guess you could use them for other mediums if you wanted to. Personally, if I'm going to be doing like art with a capital A, which is not something I do very often, because that's, I don't know, that's not usually how I express my creativity that much, but I really enjoy watercolors, and I don't know, and whatever, I enjoy watercolors. I don't really enjoy other mediums, but I really enjoy watercolors. What else? Anyway, so I did this. This is one of her templates. Most of her templates are sort of geometric in some way, but it's a good way that if you really enjoy watercolors, it's a good way to like practice precision and blending and that kind of thing. So as you can see, my precision, my precision, it needs some work. I also feel like I need a new couple of brushes, because why not? But that's on my birthday list this year. Just gonna throw that out there for any of my wives, I only have one, that might be watching this podcast. Anyway, I do think that I want a new brush. I also think that I want metallic watercolors, but I'm still sort of researching the best ones, because I've heard sort of mixed reviews about some of the different ones. So, but yeah, I painted this the other day, and it took me, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour. It was enjoyable, and I know I posted one on Instagram. I did like a spacey painting, and honestly, I don't think I've painted, other than this and that one that I posted on Instagram a few days ago. I haven't painted at all this whole year, and I don't even think that I painted very much. I don't think I've painted very much in the past whole year, really. I did a lot of painting when I was in Italy over a year ago. I just didn't do a lot when I got back because things were busy, and I don't know, you know how life gets. But anyway, I've been enjoying my return to artistic-ness. Anyway, so I did work on that. I did doing some painting. Alright, I'm gonna quit waffling around, and I'm going to tell you, or show you, the stuff that I got. You'll also notice I'm sitting on a different side of my balcony. I thought that the lighting might be better this way, but it does mean you have to look at the ugly door behind me and like the ugly window here, so I'm sorry that I don't have more space to create a really like beautifully like curated space where everything is like nice and clean behind me like some other folks. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't have space for it. This is from a shop called Tab Kimpton. So it's tabkimpton.etsy.com. I don't know if any of these folks have standalone shops. It might be worth giving them a Google if you like this stuff. So this is from Tab Kimpton, and I got a key ring. And I realize that that's probably backwards, but it says Lesbian Harpy, which is a mood, and it's hand painted, and I think that it's lovely, and I think it's also really funny. And I also got a patch, because y'all know how I love my patches on my my boiler suits that I wear to yarn shows, which is definitely not going to happen anytime this year, but hey, it's alright, I'm going to keep buying patches for next time. So I bought this patch. It says "Can't Bury This Gay," but it's a sparkly tombstone. If you're confused about why it says that, it is a common trope in media, so you know, video games, TV, movies, etc., that if there's a gay character, they usually die. This has obviously gotten better in the last couple of years, but it's still definitely a trope that happens way too often. You'd be like, yay, LGBT reputation. Oh, they're dead. They've been murdered by the plotline. Okay, and this is from Theo Blue. So it looks like they are at theoblue.jpg on Instagram, and that's their shop name too, I believe. Okay. So there's a sticker sheet. This isn't necessarily that gay, but it's some cute console and gaming themed stickers. And I also got a couple of these stickers as well. It says Queer Magic in this little potion bottle. I thought that was really cute. So that's from Theo Blue. Platypus UK. These are all UK based Etsy shops as well, by the way. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. International postage being what it is. You know, I just ordered from UK-based businesses on Etsy this time around. Anyway, so this is from Platypus UK. This is another patch I bought, and it says Jurassic Pride, and I laughed so hard when I saw this. I was like, well, it's a dinosaur, obviously I need it. I do have a deep and enduring love for the Jurassic Park series, even though the new ones have been kind of meh. But the originals, I'm totally here for. Okay, this next shop is called The Nerdy Queer. And I got this stuff's all Pokemon themed. So I got some Pride Pokemon stickers. I got 3 of them. These 3 are all the same. So I got some stickers, and then I got the matching enamel pin, which is bigger than I thought it was going to be, so I'm quite happy with that. I haven't decided where that's going to live yet. It will live somewhere. Maybe I'll put it on my apron that I wear at yarn shows, which again, I'm not going to any this year, so don't know when that's going to be. Okay, so this next shop, I'm going to have to look up the name of the shop because I lost the packing slip out of here, so my bad. But I will say that the artist of this comic that I bought on Etsy, which is called The Technomancer, is Izzy Ward. So this comic looks really fun. I haven't read through it yet, but it looks really exciting. I love a good indie comic, me. So I'm going to have a good read through that later. I really enjoy the art style. Anyway, so this comic looks really good, and from that same shop, I got a queer witch sticker. I got, it's like a bow and arrow with some heather. And then I got a couple of pins from this shop as well. This one is for a friend of ours. It says Gay Wizard. Ooh, that's a lot of glare. It says Gay Wizard. And then I also got one that says Sapphic Sea Witch, which is a mood. So I'm very excited about those. So that all came from the same shop. And then I have one more thing for my Pride themed haul, I guess. I have been kind of blasting through this a bit faster than I had anticipated, but that's okay. So this is from Neil Flynn. Did I just make up that first name? Flynn Candles? I think I may have made up the Neil. Flynn Candles. I don't know where I got Neil from. So this is from Flynn Candles, and this was a charity initiative. I think it was like 10% donated to LGBT charities. But this candle, like, I could smell it through the box in a good way. What was it? Thai basil, Thai lime and mango, and obviously it's a rainbow colored candle. I really like candles. I know that's, I mean, I guess a lot of people like candles, right? That's not like a unique and special thing to really enjoy candles. Otherwise there wouldn't be enormous businesses like Yankee Candle charging like 30 pounds for a candle. Anyway, I tend to get my candles if I can. If I'm gonna spend a bit more for a nicer candle, I try to get them from small indie producers. We've also had a friend of ours make candles for us in the past, which has been really nice and very thoughtful and very much appreciated, of course. So yeah, when we're getting nicer candles, we try to get them from small businesses, rather than buying from the larger corporations. This smells so good. Like, that's why I'm waving it around my face so much. It legit smells amazing, and I can't wait to light this later. I find candles to be really nice to like, especially if we're gonna sit down and like watch a movie without the lights on, you know, because you got to get the full cinematic experience, as long as you can't go to the cinema, or as long as you're not going to be going to the cinema, I guess, because I guess technically they're opening, or they have opened, but we're not going, so we'll be doing that at home. Anyway, my point is that it's nice when you have like the lights off and you're sitting there with your big enormous bowl of popcorn, because of course, and it's nice to have some candles, you know, around. It's like nice ambiance, and it makes everything smell nice. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is an indie dire truth. There are some fibers that I dye that really do kind of make our apartment smell a little bit like a farm. Cashmere, alpaca, those are the two biggest defenders, is cashmere and alpaca. Smell quite farm adjacent when those fibers heat up and get warm. It's not a bad smell, but it's kind of an aggressive one. And sometimes you go a bit, you know, you don't notice it, you know, you get a bit like what's the word I'm looking for? You go a bit, you know, you get too used to a smell and you don't realize it until you know, go down and take the trash out and you come back upstairs and you're like, it smells aggressively of goat. So anyway, so I'm going to be really excited to light this later. I only very nearly kept Sarah from lighting it yesterday because she also really enjoys candles. It's a thing that we share, like many other things. And I was like, no, I have to show it on the podcast first. Because I was kind of worried that we would burn through like one of the whole stripes, and I'd be like, here's this incomplete rainbow candle that already is sooty because I lit it already, and that wouldn't have been fair to the small business who made it, because it is such a beautiful candle. And it smells, honestly, it smells so good. So that's my haul. That's the stuff that I bought in June during Pride Month, and I was waiting until it all arrived to show you. Also, I've not been doing the podcast as often. I don't know. Anyway, so I do have some new colorways planned, I guess. I have some new stuff planned. Things have been busy. We've had a lot of stuff going on, you know, outside of work. That's been taking up a lot of our, you know, emotional and mental energy, I guess. Wow, it's like real frizzy on this side. That side only. Extra frizzy. Oh. Anyway, so I do have a lot of things planned. We do have 2 new pin designs coming out that Sarah designed. They're both sort of nocturnally themed. I don't know why or how we ended up on that theme, but we did, so you're welcome. One is an owl. I will hopefully remember to put the picture here. One is an owl, and it says Night Owl Book Club. For those of us who like to stay up late reading, I know that's basically anyone who is a self-avowed bookworm, or whatever you would like to call yourself. We've all stayed up too late reading a book. We think, I'm going to read one more chapter, and then you look at the clock and it's 3 a.m. and you think, well, tomorrow's going to suck, but this is entirely my own fault. So we have that, and that's going to be pins, and we also have that coming on tote bags. Our existing yarn hoard design is going to be going on tote bags because we had a lot of people ask, and we've been putting it off until we were placing another bag order, because otherwise the costs are a little bit too high. We also have a new pin design coming with a raccoon, and it says Late Night Craft Club, I think. So that raccoon is a knitter and a crocheter, so you don't have to worry if you only do one or the other. The raccoon does both and represents us all in the fiber crafts, except we could not fit a spinning wheel also onto the pin design, unfortunately. So we have those 2 new things coming soon. We're still working on getting mugs set up. It's taking a little bit of trial and error to make sure that we're 100% versed on using the new piece of equipment. And again, we have not had loads of time to be messing about with that, but hopefully. There's a very cute dog out there on the sidewalk, and even if I turn my camera, I won't be able to do it in time. But you just have to trust me. It's very floofy. The angry pigeons have gone though, so that's something, I guess. So anyway, we do have all that kind of new stuff coming. We did launch advent calendars this week. We sort of waffled back and forth as to whether we were going to do advent calendars because they are a lot of work. And I swear every year I go, I'm never doing this again when we're done packing them. And then I'm always like, oh, but I have a really cute idea and we could do this and we could do this. So we actually, the theme this year, we've never done a theme for advent calendars before, but this year the theme is like a rainbow space theme. So it's going to move in a gradient from the 1st till the 25th because it's an advent calendar. So there'll be 25 mini skeins, 500 grams of yarn. You can choose between regular sock and sparkle sock. We are limiting the number of advent calendar signups because there is a yarn shortage going on because of supply line issues with lockdown, and a lot of yarn comes from South America and stuff got stuck in ports for ages, and so there's a bit of a backlog. So we are going to be limiting the number of advent calendar signups more so than we have done in past years. We're probably only going to end up doing like half of what we've done in past years, if I had to guess. So in any case, that is now available. It's going to move in a gradient from the 1st to the 25th all the way through, and it's going to be sort of like a darker, moodier rainbow. It's not going to be as bright and neon as past years, and it's going to be some are variegated, some are going to be semi-solid, some are going to be speckled. I think it's going to be cool. Basically, the theme is the only reason that I decided to do it this year, just because I really wanted to do the theme. So we're busy prepping for that. We are, like I said, dealing with other things like immigration, which still isn't sorted out. I just feel like I'm in a perpetual spiral of dealing with immigration that it'll just never end. It's just never gonna end. Just perpetual immigration in a vortex forever until I die. So yeah, we are working on things. We are around. We still do our Saturday night live streams every Saturday at from 8 p.m. London time. We are in like summertime right now, so which is like an hour ahead of where it would normally be the rest of the year. So we still do that every Saturday if you feel like you want to just come along and chat and hang out with some cool people. We'll talk about baking and gardening and crafting, and we'll play some fun games. We don't tend to play very like hard-hitting, aggressive games. We tend to play like lightweight, silly games, like we've played, things like Stardew Valley and that sort of thing. We've been working our way through some games from the big itch.io, the itch.io bundle that they raised, I don't know, like $8 million or something for racial justice charity funds. Just an immense amount of money that they raised, and I think there's over like 1,500 games in the bundle, so it's difficult to sift through. But we've been doing themed nights, so we had like a cat themed games night, and we had a dog themed games night. I don't know what this week is going to be. I'm going to have to poke around and see what we've got going on. Anyway, I'm going to quit rambling at you, and I am going to go and work on the book that I told you all I was working on. I'm going to have an iced coffee, might do some painting later, probably going to have a nap because I got up at 6 this morning to take packages to the depot, and I'm going to be honest with you, I did not go to bed at a sensible time last night, so I'm a little bit tired. And then I will edit this at some point, and yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, drop a comment down below about, I don't know, something. You could tell me whether you're team cake or team pie, or you could tell me something cool that you bought during Pride Month if you like, or you can comment to tell me that you think I have a weird nose, because everything helps the algorithm. I don't think I have a weird nose, but if you do, sure. I don't know why I said that. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. I will be back in a manner of some time. I will be back with words about something. Alright, farewell.